Hello everyone, my name is Grayson and welcome to the probably episode 0 for a new series with an interesting idea I have. Now, for a little backstory, a little while ago I was a little tired and out of my mind, and I built Nurgle, the Chaos God, like from Warhammer 40,000 Nurgle. And I built Nurgle, and I decided it might be a good idea, or a fun idea, to make all 4 of the Chaos Gods, or the big 4 Chaos Gods, and then pit them against each other in a game, whereas I play one of the 4 randomly chosen. So what I need to do first is build all of them. So I think in this episode, I'm just going to kind of loosey-goosey, no script, just kind of build them as I go. And you guys are welcome to leave your thoughts and comments below in the comments. Of course, I will not see that until I've started recording, but I would love to know your thoughts on the process. If you're fans of Warhammer, if you would have done something a little differently. But I'm going to do the best I can translating and trying to explain why I think certain aspects can be translated to Nurgle. I feel like Nurgle wasn't too hard to make. So if we go to blah, 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 create faction, custom, where is Grandfather Nurgle? Here, Nurgle, Grandfather of Plague is what I called him. I wanted Nurgle to be the first word, otherwise it'd be like Papa Nurgle or Grandfather Nurgle or whatever, the Plague Lord. So if we edit him, so what I did with him is I gave him humans. I'll probably give them all humans. I guess I could give Slaanesh I could make elves for Slaanesh, since the Eldari sort of made Slaanesh. I'm not going to go into how they did that, but if you know, you know. I made him primal because that way we could have the Mire Crocodile. I could end up going primal with a lot of them. I went with primal because it says people who worship powerful animal spirits and channel their fury. And then that way I could make them have a favored terrain of swamp. And I thought that would make them really work really well with the idea of like plague and bogs and swamps and pestilence and sort of, flies and mosquitoes and stuff. Like, that's kind of swampy to me. So I gave him the Mire Crocodile, obviously better than the underground spider. And the Mire Crocodile like gives you swamp provinces are favored, gives you +4 food or +3 food, swamp walk. For society traits, I went with prolific swarmers because they find strength in fast population growth and overwhelming numbers, which is what Nurgle does. We've got zombies, we've got Nurglings and all that kind of stuff. So we, and our racial tier 1s have +1 rank. Non-magic origin units have less upkeep because they're basically mind controlled by viruses. Close enough, you know what I mean? And I gave them druidic terraformers because Nurgle really does plant those like seeds of Nurgle that like terraform planets into a disgusting like infected bog of grossness. So I went ahead and gave him this because caretakers of natural order maintain a carefully tended biome, the Garden of Nurgle. So obviously in-game mechanics means we get different bonuses depending on what the core province is on. Terraforming costs less, so we can change the terrain around us to swamps, and then also makes our elemental units cheaper. So actually we've got cheaper units of elemental and non-elemental. There's all sorts of different stuff. I'm not really going to go too far into this just because I've already done it. I'm just going to show you what I gave him. Tome of Roots, obviously Blight Blades, Poison Arrows, and then Healing Roots. Nurgle actually, like, he gives you horrible plagues, and then if you accept him as your Lord and Savior, he will take away the pain of that and heal you. You're not actually cured, but you know how it works. And then Nurgle makes his minions pretty resilient to things, so that kind of makes sense in my mind with the regeneration, health and stuff. And then summon Entwined Protector, Entwined Thrall. They're kind of zombie-like, little blighty guys, so I thought that kind of worked. I made him an Eldritch Sovereign, which I think is what I'm going to do with all of them, just for fun. Appearance-wise, I gave him a really small head to give the illusion that his body is really big. So that's, he's not actually going to be any bigger really than anybody else, but I did make his physique high, his arms small, his wings normal, and then I made his head as small as I possibly could. Yeah, head size small, just so he appears like a big bloated green monster, or whatever color this is. I can't really I'm colorblind, so I'm doing the best I can. I don't have any mods on. And then I gave him this this antler thing because to me it kind of looked like a repurposed dead creature in sort of like this swampy kind of colors. There wasn't really like a plague symbol. I looked for a long time to try to find one. This one, like, I feel like was pretty close to, like, if you saw this symbol somewhere, you would think, oh, yeah, don't go in there. There's dead things. But there's, like, a skull, but it's a little too on the nose. You know, it's just, like, necromancy to me. This looks like Khorne. I might go with that for Khorne. We'll see. Yeah, I kind of looked through here. I didn't really see anything. I mean, let me know if you see something. I can always change it later. But none of them really jumped out at me. I know his symbol is kind of that like three-circled. Let me bring it up. Yeah, it's got arrows and like the three circles. But I don't really see anything that matches it. So anyway, so that's that is him, Chaos God Nurgle, grandfather of Plague. So Nurgle, grandfather of Plague. The race name is the Cult of Nurgle, and the throne city is the Garden of Nurgle. And then I made his ruler ambition is the shepherd, nurture the next generation and lead them onward. So he wants animal, plants, and elementals on your side. I know that doesn't make as much sense, but I thought the shepherd text made sense. And then AI personality, imperial warlord, favors stability through subjugation, right? So we're going to make everything one nice big bog. And then we'll finally have balance in the universe, huh? So let's get out of here, and then we need to make a new one. And now we're going to get a little loosey-goosey here. I'm going to close out of the Nurgle tab because each one of these Chrome tabs is taking up like a full gigabyte of my RAM because Chrome is a hog, and also these wikis are just bloated with ads. Let's do Khorne. I feel like Khorne will be easier to do. The Blood God, the Lord of Skulls. Okay. So we could give him something like ogres. They look kind of... Let's create a faction.
What is your people's form?
We could give him something like ogres. They do look like Khorne. Usually, like, there's a lot of, like, horns and spikes and, like, sharpness and, like, danger. He loves red, and you can make these guys a really deep red. I might go with that for them. I think that would work. Let's just go with it. Traits. Oh, yeah. What did I give the... Sorry, you know what? We didn't talk about... What did I give the traits for Nurgle, Grandfather of Plague? They got Death Beetle mounts, Pestilent escapability. Say no more, right? A little bit more health. Ruler starts with a Death Beetle mount. Well, that doesn't do much on an Eldritch, but it's whatever. And Resilient. Status resistance and negative statuses last less time. That's exactly what Nurgle does. He basically gives you a warp-flavored plague and then makes you essentially immune to anything else that would happen to you apart from, like, a good old death. So that's what we have for Nurgle. So then let's go back in, create faction. Let's go to the ogres, and then what should we give Khorne? So let's get rid of all this stuff. Inner fire is actually not too bad here. Ferocious, retaliation, and opportunity. Sorry, I'm just looking at. They're not corpse eaters. Mounts, I don't know. I mean, nightmare mounts, intimidating aura, vicious killer, inflicts increased morale penalties when killing. See, that would work is the thing. There's like a lot of ones that would work well for Khorne. Let's take off inner fire. Every act of killing or murder in the material universe feeds the empowers of Khorne. The more senseless and destructive, the better. Although he's the god of bloody slaughter, he is also the god of martial pride and honor. Set themselves against the most dangerous foes and earn victory against the odds. I feel like nightmare mounts would work. Nightmare mounts. Pact athletics. A devotee of Khorne is as likely to be an honorable champion in combat as a blood-crazed slaughterer. Khornates I think they're called cornflakes. Take no artful approach to killing, seeking only to slay rather to inflict pain, because while the blood and death of their victims strengthens Khorne, their suffering actually empowers its nemesis Slaanesh. Oh, okay. So yeah, we don't want to create suffering. We just want to destroy them. Blood and slaughter. No time for the pain. So overwhelm tactics. Gosh, there's so many good things here. Inner fire is like kind of good. He really does. Portfolio is war, hatred, wrath, rage, murder, blood, strength, courage, martial honor. I'm so tempted with the nightmare mounts just because of extra health, intimidating aura, and vicious killer. Really, like, feels like that's what they would do, you know? Additional units become cavalry. Every life taken in anger increases the blood god's power. Known to kill, maim, burn. Yeah, burn is a thing that they use. I'm going to go with nightmare mounts. It's got both intimidation, vicious killing, and fire theme to it. So we're going to take vicious mounts. I have 2 points left. So many good things here. Tenacious. I really wonder if I should just go with ferocious. Great for fighting enemies up close. 40% via retaliation and opportunity. So this would mean we charge in on our nightmares and just fight in melee. Just fight them. I feel like that could work. We might even be able to go with Oathsworn Strife for this guy, just because that really does seem like it's the devotion to... Yeah, that could really work. A lot of these would work. I'm going to go with Ferocious. I think that makes sense. And Ogres. Select.
What is their origin culture?
We could do Oathsworn Strife. Raising cities, pillaging. Culture units have warrior soul. Just gives them more fire. I mean, really, this just makes sense. I know I just played Oathsworn for my previous thing. I'll probably randomly generate which one I fight or play as, but not do this one because it's literally the last series that I wrapped up doing. But let's see if there's anything else. I mean, Primal always like feels like it could work with these. Like you get like the Ash Sabertooth. Bestowing benefits to your culture. Primal Sabertooth, which is just like, yeah, burning. I mean, this would work, I think. I really think that could work, but I'm liking the idea of giving them different things. So I'm going to go with Oathsworn Strife. And to be honest, Order and Chaos kind of feel right for Khorne because they're both about honorable martial prowess and about destruction and killing. And that's what we've got here. Honorable martial prowess plus destruction. So we're going to go with that. We're going to select Strife. Okay, so now we need to choose something here. So we probably want Ruthless Raiders, Chosen Destroyers, Warmongers, and Destroyers, choosing violence over diplomacy anytime they can. Raising grants... Oh, this is you cannot obtain new cities. Conquered cities can only be raised. Nobody likes you. That would be an interesting one. I worry the AI is too stupid for this. Raising cities grants a permanent gold, mana, and knowledge for your one city. Interesting. Chosen Destroyers. Yeah, they don't really expand, do they? Do they build? Yeah, so you're supposed to test yourself against mighty enemies. Yeah, I mean, I think I gotta go with that. And then Ruthless Raiders. They murder without remorse, interested in loot and plunder. That's not really right. Though you get gold and draft by killing units, which becomes more attacking. Let's go with... Okay, we can't do anything here now. We've clicked all of those off the list. Oh boy, there's a lot of things we're not allowed to do. They're not really great builders. Artifact, no, none of this. Reforged into something better, no. I think we're gonna have to go with a second chaos thing here. Wise ones, no. Hermit Kingdom, left alone to their studies, no. Okay, so we could be Merciless Slavers. Let's go with Ruthless Raiders. I mean, I think it makes sense. I mean, really, they're all prolific swarmers, but I think Nurgle, more than the others, has got the quantity over the quality situation, considering his, like, zombie plagues that he unleashes. So let's go with Ruthless Raiders. We're going to have a very chaos-heavy empire here, which, no pun intended, select. Choose your tome. Pyromancy is a decent choice. We've got fire-mounted pyromancers, ignite, searing blades, and fiery arrows, though we don't have an archer. Immolate, yep. And then we've got Tome of the Horde. Irregulars. They're not really about cheapest units into deadly armies. They really can be quite, like, individually powerful. Alchemy is not correct. Rock, especially as increasing your defense and dealing physical. Smash your enemies with the force of stone. Maybe. Enchantment. That's not really Khorne. I'm just gonna take a check here of the page here. The domain. They've got Demon Forges, Blood Pits, Lake of Slaughter, Burning Books. Let's see. There's different kinds of demons. Let's see what their demons look like. Bloodletters, primary rank and file. Yep. The horned ones with swords. Blood Crushers, Flesh Hounds. Yeah, I know most of these things. Bloodthirsters, Demon Princes of Khorne, and then they've got like various angels. Let's just keep looking real quick. We've got Discipline, which isn't bad, but I just feel like that's what my other one was. I feel like I might go with Pyromancy. Roots. So if we did Strife with Pyromancy, we have Seal Bearers and Pyromancers. But again, it's not about how much it makes sense as a build. It's about how much it makes sense as a god, right? A chaos god. Beasts. Not real. I mean, they do have beasts, but it's not. Well, Marcus Prey. Become distracted. 10% damage and crit chance when adjacent to friendly animals, but you could roleplay as their demons, like they're not bloodletters, but like blood crushers and stuff, which are like those big, like let me find them on here. Greater demons, they're lesser demons. Blood crusher, one of the members, shock cavalry, a bloodletter riding a juggernaut steed. Demonic steeds of Khorne are neither beasts nor machines, but demonic fusions of both. So it's kind of, yeah, I guess you could even go into like, yeah, they do have machines. They've got like hell cannons and stuff, don't they? So you could even go into like the dreadnoughts and that kind of stuff. Iron, whatever they're called. Summon wild animal. You could think of these as like, yeah, you could think of these as being demons being summoned for them. Tome of Beasts. Tome of Faith. Tome of Zeal. I mean, this is not bad either. Zeal makes them do extra damage. It's fanatical. They've got Zealot. Yeah, Zealots kind of like Khorne cultists would be pretty aggressive, I think, rather than sneaky, like, say, a Slaanesh agent might be. Tome of the Tentacle. Constrictor. Now that's Slaanesh. All right. Necromancy. No. Cryomancy, warding, evocation, pyromancy. Man, I'm so torn. I think fire is a much more clear way to go with Khorne than the beast thing. The beast thing, I feel like you'd have to explain it to somebody, whereas if they saw a Khorne with a tome of pyromancy, they'd be like, yeah, okay. So let's go with tome of pyromancy for their starting. And now for the hard part, making the Eldritch Sovereign. They're all going to be Eldritch Sovereigns because we're going to make them Chaos Gods. What is that? Oh, God, it's horrible. Okay, so first, we need the Relic of Havoc. Fire damage, inflicts random negative statuses. Havoc, become a mage. Mage. Well, they're mostly mages. It's fine. It's because this is super thematic. Look at that. That's Khorne right there. That's Khorne. Skulls for the Skull Throne. So we've got body type. Oh, that's a good one. What do we do? What looks the most Khornish? That's a little too, like, thin. It's too insectoid. You could do like a man. Let's get the skin color something with, I can see like the definition better. Accent color. Let's see if we can do a skin color of a yeah, there we go. And then the accent color could be dark. Yeah, I kind of like that. Well, we'll see. We'll see as we go. So, the body type again. So we've got insectoid. Not really. I'm kind of thinking this one for right now. I do like this like toothy chest. The insect wings are weird. No, maybe flesh wings? Maybe. Angel wings? No. Oh, swords. Yes, absolutely. Fighting, of course. Oh, more swords. Which one, though? Because you could have swords in the back or swords floating around your back. I kind of like the swords in the back thing. Feels like he's survived. He's so powerful and survived so many battles he doesn't even realize he's jammed through with swords. I like that idea. So we've got wrapped up like a mummy. There's like a desiccated with like stuff splitting through you. That kind of works. This one's a little too emaciated for me. This one's too like Socrates. I'm gonna build this one at the moment for the moment. Is that what I did with Nurgle though? I think I did. This is too like Tzeentch coded, I think. That could be Slaanesh's. It's kind of like provocative. So we'll come back to that. No, this is Nurgle. This would be a thinner. Give him like these. This really is too like. I hate how his. Oh, you can twist his legs up. Weird. Ugh. Oh god, really good job, developers, because this is freaking disgusting. I don't know. I'm so torn. This one's actually not. This is kind of grown on me. It looks really aggressive, like it would grab you and just cut the crap out of you. Or this one with the jagged. You know what? Let's go with the jagged looking one. Shoulder type. We got to change this head. I cannot focus with this stupid head. Oh, that could be it right there. That. That's so stupid looking. Oh my god. What is this one? Oh, that's really actually extremely disturbing. Let me make sure I'm still recording. This will be a long one, guys. I hope you're in it for the long run. Put this one on the side. It's got to be this one. This one is freaking perfect for this. Look at that. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, and it's got this angular symbol too, which Khorne's is very angular. It doesn't look like this, but it is very like jagged and sharp looking. It's almost like one of those S's you draw on the table on your desk when you're in elementary school and you connect the lines, except it's Khorne's symbol. It's a little different. So let's go with that. Shoulder type. Shoulder type. So we have these things that look like skulls from the side. Bones. This weird circle of bone. This is the one I gave Nurgle. That one's like too... That one feels magic-y to me. I don't know. Armor, so that you... Yeah, okay, let's leave the pauldrons on. This evokes a certain amount of battle prowess right here, doesn't it? Physique, let's make him... Yeah, we're gonna make him a thick armored boy. Arm length, we'll just leave it normal. Head. Eye color, we don't have eyes, so don't have to worry about that. And then the metal color, I don't really care. I think dark armor is good. I don't want it to be too light colored. Let's go with... It does look... Oh, that does look good, though. Copper-ish. Let's go with a dark... Ooh, that's spooky. That's some spooky, scary stuff right there. Uh-oh, is my game... Oh, sorry, I almost... my computer almost lagged out there for a second. It's probably all these freaking tabs. I'm going to close out of this Khorne page. So my computer is going to lose its mind. My ad blocker working? So the Metal Colors decided the head size. I mean, I might make the head size... To be honest, that kind of does make him look like he's some big, jacked up Chaos Space Marine looking monster. The big head makes him look like he's a regular sized person that's just floating. I like this illusion that makes him look like he's super big. I might go 1 notch bigger. Yeah, not all the way as small as possible, but like 1 notch bigger, I think makes him look pretty big. I like that. And then the symbol. So obviously we have to go main color, blood red, side color, I guess black. We could also do like brown, because that's like dried blood can take on like a brownish color. But we'll just do black, even though it'll probably get overwritten. Now I did like, there was one down here that I liked, I think. It was up in Chaos, wasn't it? Maybe it wasn't. Where was it? Here, this one. Okay, so we've got this like horned helm. What else is in here? Bent feather. This is actually not too bad. Just crossed axes with a blood drop. Blood for the blood gods, skulls for the skull throne. Should we be focusing on skulls? It's just so overused. I kind of want to use something more like warlike. I feel like there's so many directions I could go with this. They probably did that on purpose. This is another decent one, just like a horned helmet with like a something horrible. This is a mammoth foot. That's cool. If you've been watching Arcane, that looks like the anomaly. Oh boy, I'm so tempted. God, you know what? I think I like these crossed axes. I think I like that. So we've got, yeah, we've got Khorne, the avatar of Khorne, to enter the fray. Metal color. I mean, yeah, I think we've got him. So then our race. Okay. So the physique, we need them to be big. Big. Khorne likes the big, tough, yeah, extremely thick and tough combatants. Army skin color. It doesn't super matter. Why are these all... Wait, what the heck is happening here? Let's make them... Give them the red skin color. Army color. Let's go to the dark. And then army hair color. I do not care. Yes, that's fine. Skin decoration. Let's give them... put this on. They got splashed in the chest with a bit of blood. Tail length. I don't care. How about a little smaller? Because they're kind of weird to have tails anyway for Khorne. Okay, so select. Eldritch Sovereign. So now we need to give this person the same title. So we've got title, he, him, Chaos God, Khorne. How about the Blood God? The race name will be the Cult of Khorne. And the Throne City name. Let me pull up my wiki I'm on here and see Slaanesh. Here, please take me to Khorne real quick. Khorne. Khorne. Feels weird spelling it that way, so I always have to double check. So let's see. They have actual places in their let's see here. Khornite demons, Blood God's domain. Here's the Blood God's domain. It says Khorne his realm is called the realm of brass and blood, so we might make the Throne City name Brass and Blood. That would be pretty cool. And then the ruler's ambition. Okay, so Crusade, smite the wicked. But that's slaying fiends. Otherwise, that would be great. Dominator, duelist, explorer, fearmonger, Privateer Raider. Thrives on raiding. Win combat in enemy territory and pillage a province. Sure. And then AI personality, obviously militant warlord. Power hungry, believes might makes right. Or is it demonic? Treachery to weakness. Driven by war, never surrender. Extermination and expansion. Driven by war, never extermination and expansion. So these like empires at war and that start wars, dislike empires with weaker military and good relations with free cities. This is more politically, and this is more militarily. So that one's gonna be it. We're not here for political stuff. All right, so we've done it. We've made he/him Chaos God Khorne, the Blood God, race Cult of Khorne, and Brass and Blood is gonna be the Throne City name. The reason I'm calling their races the cults of, I know that some of these guys have a lot of followers. It's more like an actual religion, but you know, on the realm they're invading, it'll be more like a cult that shows up and then grows in power and dominates. I guess we could call it the Army of Khorne or the Invasion of Khorne, the race. But then invaders, cult of Nurgle is more culty because you have to kind of hide. We could call it. We could change all of their races. So maybe we call this the Army of Khorne, and then we'll change Nurgles to something because cult might work better for either Tzeentch or Slaanesh. Oh no, we'll see. So let's go onward. Okay, so we have now made Khorne. All right, on to the next one. Let me get rid of this tab so my computer doesn't stop trying to die. All right, Slaanesh. I think Slaanesh will be the easier one to do than Tzeentch. I know more about... I'm doing them in the order I know stuff about them. Nurgle, Khorne, Slaanesh, and then Tzeentch. I like, no, this guy does weird two-headed something about future or something. Great faction. Great faction. Okay.
What is your people's...
Slaanesh, we're going to do Elfkin because the Eldar did this. Sort of. They sort of made this person. Okay. Available trait point. There it is. Okay. There we go. Okay. Slaanesh is the Dark Prince, Prince of Pleasure, Lord of Excess, the Perfect Prince. But the Eldari call them She Who Thirsts. So I think I might make Slaanesh a female-looking Eldritch Sovereign, maybe. Not sure. Because they probably can change... Like, probably changing... like sex or gender is probably a pretty normal part of Slaanesh's influence. Given immortality and hubris of the ancient Eldari Empire. So this person's portfolio is pleasure, passion, excess, hedonism, decadence, pain, and perfection. Lord of Excess, Perfect Prince, Prince of Chaos, Master of Excess in all things. Okay, so then... So we might want cheerful, right? If we're going to be all about excess and pleasure. But then we're also about pain and perfection. So what would that look like? Arcane Focus would probably be good for Tzeentch once we get there. Change and magic and stuff. Tenacious. Athletics. Hideous Stench. I don't think so. Unicorn mounts. Pegasus mounts. Flying movement. It's a little too crazy for me. Could be resistant. Resist magical attacks. There in the shadows, whispering, tempting, feasting on the banquet of souls. Not just carnal pleasures. Indulge in the finest culinary delights. Beautiful artwork. Sensual clothing. Not demonetized yet, but I'm not going to be at this rate. Let's see here. So if they have fast recuperation, ceaseless cacophony, indolence, hedonism. Oh wow, Slaanesh is a baby god. After its birth, Slaanesh threw most of the Eldari and their gods in the Immaterium, except for the Eldari god of war, Khane. Yeah. Psychic energy was instead dispersed into many separate pieces scattered across the various... So that's about Khane. I don't need more about that. What else? Manifestation, philosophy, and methods. joy a parent feels when a child is born. The pride a commodore feels when his fleet executes a cunning battle plan. Existence on far beyond that which a mortal can ever dare to dream. Pleasure, obsession, excess. Gosh, what does that look like here? Adaptable is more like the Lord of Change, maybe. Elusive. 5 defense and resistance against retaliation and opportunity attacks. That could be it. Not super sneaky. Is Tzeentch about that? Change, evolution, mutation, intrigue, ambition, knowledge, sorcery, destiny, lies, and trickery. No, so we want to stay away from this kind of stuff, probably. Hardy is a possibility because they're used to the excesses of different things. We could also go with, for the same reason, we could go with where is it? Resistant, because they're resistant to. This is really tough. Tenacious, overwhelm, pack tactics, athletics. I mean, I have 4 points left, and none of these are jumping out at me. All I've taken is cheerful. Guess we want excess. This could be, I mean, ceaseless cacophony could work because of things like the how do I say this without saying too much, but all the partying and other things, salacious things that they're doing could be causing a ceaseless cacophony to those around them. They could be like horrified by their excess. So we'll give them ceaseless cacophony, and then I think I'm just gonna go with, oh man, I think I might go with resistant. Because I gave resilient to the other one. Quick reflexes? Hard to hit with range attacks? That's more like Tzeentch, though, for being sneaky and hidden. Maybe we just go with resistant, like I was thinking. I'm going to do that. Confirm. So what do we do with them? It could be dark. Dark culture. Dictatorial civilization where the strong and ruthless dominate the weak. They use forbidden magics to maintain control and weaken their enemies. Maybe. Hierarchic society. Highly developed, strives for harmony when threatened. That could be it. Awakening their hidden potential. This gives you plus 10 good alignment, but it does give you alignment agenda. Pure evil units start in an awakened state. And then they could go either way. Maybe we'll go with high. I just feel like dark is pretty good. Prisons and crypts. Cull the weak. Yeah, man, I think we'll go with dark. It feels more thematic, even though I feel like high is really quite good, especially because a lot of Slaanesh is like Dark Eldar. Like they came from, they do have a advanced, elevated society. It's just elevated in a way that kind of scares everybody else, if that makes sense. But let's go with dark. We'll go with dark. So we need like hedonistic stuff. Silver-tongued. They know when to flatter and extort, elevating intrigue to a lucrative art. A Court of Whispers. This is a little more sneaky than I was thinking. Mana addicts. That could be. Perfectionist artisans, right? Because they do like... Let me go back up on this page. Pleasure, passion, excess, hedonism, decadence, pain, perfection. Yes, perfectionist artisans makes perfect freaking sense for that. But we also going to need something either dark or arcane for them, I think. Shadow or arcane. Ancient wise ones. What else do we have? These are not quite it. Scions of Evil, knowledge and power, thriving in pursuit of evil. Critical +1 rank with your maximum evil alignment. Start with extra shock. This could be it. I mean, they are thirsty for knowledge and power, and like that's a thirst for excess in some ways. I guess you could sort of argue that. Silver-tongued is kind of on the nose for Slaanesh, but I don't think that's going to make super sense here. I think I might go with Scions of Evil. I think that kind of makes sense. So Slaanesh. Now, Tome of the Tentacle works pretty well. Restraining opponents, you know. Well, Necromancy, Cryomancy. Location Warding. The Horde. Discipline. No. Alchemy, Rock, Enchantment. Awaken Tool, Sundering Blades. Not really. Evolution. That's Tzeentch, I think. That could be good. Beasts. Zeal. Faith. Chaplain, Faithful Whisper, Staves of Mending, Convent. Above yeah. Well, passion, excess, hedonism, decadence. Pain, perfection, conjure tentacle. I really think I want to go with the Tome of the Tentacle for them. I think we're gonna do it. Tome of the Tentacle. Okay, so then on we go. Eldritch Sovereign. All right, just make sure my recording's still going here. You guys can see everything, right, when I'm...
Tome of magic.
Hopefully this wasn't too blocked out when I was looking at this kind of stuff. Perfectionist Artisans. Yeah, because I was hovering them to read all the stuff. Okay, so you can see it. Okay. Sorry, I should really put my camera somewhere else during this.
What is your ruler's origin? Reveal yourself.
I'll just put myself over here for a moment here. Okay. Hi. I'm over here now. Okay. So we've got... Relic of Flesh also works. Relic of the Mind. Delirium. Vulnerable and Uncontrollable. Or Cosmos. Summoning an Astral Wisp. I feel like Cosmos is more Tzeentch. And we'll go with Mind for Slaanesh here. So let's get body type. Something that's like beautiful in a disturbing way. The spiked through one, I think, is what I used for Khorne. Yeah. This like effed up mermaid thing, maybe. Or this like winged creature. Let's get the other stuff correct here, because this stuff's kind of, this is grossing me out a little bit. Shoulder type, I think. Something good in here. That's not bad. I think we want something like this, more like flowy and fleshy and yeah, let's do that. Physique, we'll make her a little slender. Let's give her the lady. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Now that's a temptress. Boy. Ooh. Oh boy, there's so many good Eldritch Sovereign heads. Look at these. God, they're so weird. So weird. Eye color. Well, I don't know. Let's gives like a... Let's give it one that's more like... Got sort of a human look to it to make it more like tempting. You know, we want to tempt people into... How about let's just go with this, like a blue eye. Base skin color. I do like these pinks and purples. That's too fleshy colored. Let's not do that. Accent color. How about a nice purple? Ooh. That's starting to look pretty good. With the brain. There we go. Excess. Pleasure. Ecstasy. Pain. It's all right there. Metal color. I'll give it like a lighter color. Head size. Here we go. Make her look, give her a bigger head so she appears like visually an illusion that they looks a little smaller. Physique, arm length, I can't change because it's wings, effed up wings. Okay, back. Do we want something on the back? Let's see here. We can do spikes, grabbies, flesh wings, beautiful butterfly wings, magic, angel wings. I'm kind of tempted to go with the angel wings. Because this is really, like, this does look pretty hedonistic to me. I'm beautiful. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So the race, we also need to change the symbol. Oh, look, this looks like an Eldar symbol, actually. Interesting. So let's do physique. Let's make them kind of slender. Because they came from Eldar. In fact, they're quite slender. Let's go real slender with it. Army skin color, doesn't really matter. Let's give them like this dark purpley color, kind of make them look more like the Dark Eldar, the Drakari or whatever I think is what they're called. Armor color. No, that's not really fitting. Gold is that's too much. I'll go with this lighter colored armor. Army hair color. These colors are kind of garbage, aren't they? Why does this not look anything like what their hair color is? Oh, jeez. Let's go with this. Brownish, I guess. Army skin decoration. Oh, army mount. Right. So what's like excess? Owning a zebra. That looks pretty excess. Owning a tiger is pretty stupid. Or like a lion. It's more like pride, though. White horse. That's pretty, like, prideful, maybe. This one's not bad. I think I'm going to go with the zebra. It feels kind of extra, you know? Like, look at my beautiful, stupid animal. Army skin decoration. Well... I don't know what half of these even look like up close. It's kind of hard to tell. Well... Goodness. So pretty Drakari-like, I guess. Kind of tough to choose. There was the one that was like gold, and at first I wasn't really feeling it, but now I'm kind of wondering if it kind of is like excess. Let's go with this. It's got a look of excess about it, and we're on the zebra mounts, I guess. So there's our race. So then we got to pick a banner here for Slaanesh. There's a whip and a shepherd's hook looking thing here, which is also a little on the nose. Astral, nature, chaos, shadow. They're also kind of Materium as well because of their, you know, luxury and extravagance. What about Pantheon? We could also choose something like a butterfly-y, something like that sort of shows extra. I do like this scroll. I have to make somebody with that scroll. It's like a cat. A serpent? Maybe. That's more like sneaky. Astral. There's no, like, heart, I don't think, because I was trying to make a faction the other day and put a heart in it, and there wasn't one. Unless I've missed it. A harp. That kind of gives an opulence feeling. Is that, like, Slaanesh-y, though, I guess, is my question? Pleasure, passion, excess, hedonism, decadence, pain, perfection. Okay, I'm going to go with the harp. I'm going to go with the harp, actually. And then we'll get it a purpley color, I think. Purple and how about actually white? Yeah, I like purple and I can do purple and pink. Maybe that's good. Yeah, I think that'll work. So this is going to be Slaanesh. So we change this to Chaos God. And then how do you spell? It's 2 A's. I'm just going to mess that up. Slaanesh. It's called the Master of all excess in all things, Prince of pleasure, she who thirsts. How about Slaanesh who thirsts? Can't type today. Slaanesh who thirsts. Race name. So we used Cult of Nurgle. Probably change that to something else, like... I'm not sure. But anyway, the other one we did Army of Khorne. So this will be something of Slaanesh. So this could be like the... Passion... We could call this the Passions of Slaanesh is the race. That's kind of interesting. The Passions of Slaanesh, that's the people. Throne City name. Well, let's see what Slaanesh has in his or their empire here. So they've got the Dark Prince's realm. Heretic Cardinal. The Palace of Slaanesh. The Palace of Pleasure. That's it. There it is. Palace of Pleasure. Okay, so ruler ambition, dominator, dominate other to bolster your ranks. That's pretty good. Glory seeker is a little bit more... Conqueror. What the heck did I give... What did I give Khorne? I'm going to check on that. Let's go with Dominator. Dominator, and then the AI personality is going to be... Chivalrous? No. Justice and Peace? No. Strict ruler believes in a high civic code? No. Rebellious ruler that values freedom and alliances. Never breaks alliances, never breaks treaties, exploration, expansion. That's just not aggressive enough. Favors stability through subjugation. Driven by war, never surrender, extermination, expansion. But that's not really right. It's in high civic order. Freedom is really... the freedom to do what you want. I might have to make it so that we're all in teams of one when we do this fight. Because she's not going to break treaties. All right, so we... Oh, oops. She, her. Chaos Gods, Slaanesh, who thirsts. Passions of Slaanesh. And then Throne City, Palace of Pleasure. Onward. Okay, now let me check out Khorne again real quick. Khorne, the Blood God. What did I make you? Militant Warlord. Believes that might makes right. You know what? Let me edit that and go back to...
Your journey begins.
There were other good ones in here. Raider is what I did. Now there's Raider. Win combats and pillage. Oh, that is good though. Conqueror. I think we'll keep that. I think that's good. Okay, let me out of here. I don't want to have to hit accept because I'm always paranoid I'm going to overwrite something. Okay, we've got one more to do. Okay, on to Tzeentch. Now, Tzeentch is the one I know the least about Tzeentch. So let's see. The Mark of Tzeentch, Changer of Ways, Lord of Change, Lord of Sorcery, Architect of Fate, Great Conspirator, Great Deceiver, Lord of Entropy, Master of Mutation, Weaver of Destinies. Oh my god. Father of Lies and Deception, Great Eagle, Raven God, Char, Shunch, and Chen. What happened? What happened at the end there? The Changer of Ways, Lord of Change, Change of evolution, mutation, intrigue, ambition, knowledge, sorcery, destiny, lies, and trickery. But who would we give the people? The hearts of those with the strongest desire to prevail that Tzeentch whispers his insidious promise, offering a means of life eternal to those unwilling to accept death and oblivion as inevitable. So where did you come from? So his ultimate, every action is planned with the ultimate goal of his own establishment as the preeminent chaos power in the realm of chaos, ultimate victor in the great game. Geez, but how did you come about? Manifestation. Manifests in a multitude of guises, referred to as he with a masculine gender, though in fact, like all entities, comprised of psychic energy and no gender. Firmament surrounding Tzeentch is heavy with magic. It weaves like blah, blah, blah. So he's been around for a long time and just sort of slowly revealed things about himself. He's kind of... This like made of different... Oh my god. I don't know what to do with this. So let's create a faction.
What is your
God, what do I do? I mean... Gosh, I don't know. Insectoid? They kind of mutate, right? Insects sort of change a lot over their lives. You know, like... Maybe we go with insectoids? I don't know. Like this one's a little bit more complicated, I feel like. Chaos Star of Tzeentch. Yep, Sacred number 9. The Cult of Tzeentch. Yeah, see, they actually have a cult. 1,000 guises and plots. Oh, you know what? He's often shown as a bird. I forgot about that. Let's go with avian then. So then we need to, let's, God, I wish there was a faster way to clear these. All right, so elusive is pretty good. Opportunity attack. So they're elusive. They are adaptable. That's literally the god of change. Adaptable. Empowered by magic. Is kind of like literally true. And then I don't have enough points for anything. Morale loss, hardy Mountmasters, sharp eyes. See further on the world map. Scheming. Yeah, you know what? That's kind of scheming. That's fine. Let's do that. Confirm. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling good about that. So then we want Mystic. Find answers through research and arcane prowess. Now, what do we do here? Attunement. Spellcasters with Attunement Starblade. Astral Echoes to cast spells beyond normal limits. We got Potential. Combat spells are overcharged the first time they're cast in combat, which means that they do extra stuff. Spells to exploit arcane inspiration. To gain economic edge. World map spells gain inspiration for each use. Oh, interesting. Once you've cast a spell for maximum inspiration, it can be exploited, locking the spell away temporarily in return for the effects of its potential. That's pretty changey, right? Let's go with change. Okay, that gives us what's our special unit then? When we have Mystic, we become... I know the third unit you get is different depending on what you have. So they've got a Summoner, they've got like the Battlecaster thing, and then you've got, I don't know what, a hood of some kind. Okay, so let's go Potential.
What defines their society?
So we probably want some shadowy stuff and some arcane stuff. So, Mana Channelers, summoning spells cost less, Magic Origin units have +1 rank. That's true. They do have some weird freaking demons that they bring in. 1,000 guises and plots. Okay, so we need to be scheming. Devious Watchers. That's not bad. That is pretty thematic for Tzeentch. Always be paying attention to what's going on. Be ready. Have plans. Keeper of knowledge. I don't want to have plus 10 alignment. Powerful evokers. Silver tongue. Let's go devious watchers. And then one of these. So ancient wise ones. Been around since the start of history, honing their minds. Ooh, that might be good, because that does, like, Tzeentch has been around for a while sort of hiding and gathering knowledge. So this could be really good. So I'm happy with this. Arcane and Shadow. Perfect for Tzeentch.
Choose your first
So,
tome.
and I'm thinking the Tome of Evolution, really. I mean, honestly, the Wyvern Fledgling looks like something that Tzeentch would summon as a demon. Rapid Evolution, Youthful Rejuvenation, Draconic Vitality. Yeah, this is like demon power. Hell yeah, this is easy. Sure.
What is your ruler's
Okay, and
fate?
then Eldritch Sovereign. Now this, they're supposed to be.
Reveal yourself.
What does Tzeentch look like? Change your voice with this domain of the realm of chaos. Manifestation. Let me go up and find Cult of Tzeentch Rivalry. Demon. How about what does Tzeentch look like? Tzeentch is really hard to spell. I'm looking at some things that don't make any sense. Yeah, they really like that bird. I think I'm going to have to take the angel wings away from Slaanesh and give them to Tzeentch. So we want you to have the Relic of the Cosmos. Anything could happen in here. The sacred D20. Tzeentch is the god of change and magic. So maybe we find like a book. Astral Affinity. We've got... This is pretty creepy. Time. That's actually pretty good for him. He's really about biding time. In fact, there's even some... conspiracy theories that he went back in time and changed the imperial symbol to resemble himself so that mankind is accidentally partially worshiping Tzeentch. Anyway, yeah, he's like a two-headed bird guy. Let's give him... I'm sure there's also some good like feather stuff in here somewhere. Oh dear, this is so tough. It's so tough making the perfect thing. We got this phoenixy thing. Some hot chocolate while I think. I'm gonna go to this time thing. And then Tzeentch is also about like purple and blue. So let's make him blue and like a lighter blue. There we go. Okay, body type. I might make him like this like scholarly hermit looking guy, but really he's emaciated thing. It's disgusting, really. Or this like robed Socrates dude. This one's pretty cool though. God of change. Tentacles. It actually kind of vaguely resembles some of the art I'm looking at on my other monitor. Back type. Well, probably these butterfly metamorphosis wings with eyeballs. That might be kind of Tzeentchian. Or this bird thing, since he's often shown as like a bird. I might give these angel bird wings to him and then take them away from the other person, Slaanesh, and give her something else. Shoulder type. I don't know. More? I mean, what? Why are there little tentacle things coming out? Oh, they're sticking through the wings, though. Is that from that? No, it's partially your helmet, partially this thing. That doesn't look very good. I think this halo thing might be kind of cool on this character. And then the head. So we need something like this where you're like not sure what's going on, or this is really creepy and weird. This is pretty cool. God of change. I do really like that one though. Oh, this is tough. That one's so cool. That one's like your mind is literally blown by all the knowledge you've acquired. It does have like a tentacle face with a maw and claws and gaping shit. God, this guy could look like anything. Who are you, Tzeentch? Hello everyone, Editing Gracian here, and I noticed that I had lost a little bit of footage at the end of this episode 0, so let me head back over here and I'll just pretty briefly just talk about what has been left out of the video. It wasn't very much at all, so basically I was down to here where the video cut off for me. So I gave them the accent color of blue and then the metal color of this yellow, because it kind of looks like a gold inlay over blue, which is very like magic, you know what I mean? So I thought that looked kind of cool for Tzeentch. Then we moved on to finalize, and so I went with he, him, Chaos Gods Tzeentch, Master of Mutation, and then I looked up the Legion name, like what they call their legions of monsters and followers and stuff, all 4 of the Chaos Gods. And so I went through and I actually changed those around. So Tzeentch is now has the race name is the Scintillating Legion, and the Throne City is the Impossible Fortress, which is the name of his stronghold in the Chaos world in the warp. And I gave him Instructor, again, get legendary rank units, level them up, get legend ranks units. So he wants to lead the most experienced force in the world. So I felt like that was kind of Tzeentchian, you know, Master of Knowledge. This will ironically become a bit of an issue for me in the playthrough you're going to start watching, because funnily enough, if you have a lot of evolution units, then they don't get to legend rank. So it's a little tougher to do this than you might think. And then I gave him his AI personality, Deceptive Spy, likes breaking treaties, weaker research, etc. Strategy, Covert, gaining vassals, Exploration, Exploitation, Cunning Ruler who values power and treachery. I thought that was kind of Tzeentchian, kind of sneaky, kind of under the radar, don't really reveal your plans, but keep track of what everybody else is doing. So that's what I did with Tzeentch. So I did end up going back. Let's just go and look at the other ones, and we can just sort of talk about what I ended up doing. Let's go to... So Khorne, Lord of Skulls, ended up changing his race. I don't know if this was... I don't think this was in the previous part, but I changed his race to the Blood Legion. Instead of the... I used to have like Cultists of Tzeentch or Cult of Nurgle or etc., but I changed them all to their Legion names. So we've got the Blood Legion. Again, as a bit of a recap, we've got Pyromancy, Ogrekin, Nightmare Mounts, Ferocious, Strife, Oathsworn Strife, Chosen Destroyers, Ruthless Raiders, Ambition Raid, and Personality Militant Warlord. So just go and fight and destroy and burn and show that you're better. If we go to Nurgle, he is now the Plague Legion. He's got Human, Roots, Death Beetle Mounts, Resilient, Primal Mire Crocodile with Prolific Swarmers and Druidic Terraformers. This is a little bit too like neutral or good-ish in terms of like standard fantasy, but Nurgle does like plant these like seeds of plague on planets and sort of grow these bizarre like fleshy forests and all sorts of weird stuff like that. So I thought this was kind of, you know, maintain a carefully tended biome is what this says. So I think that works. Shepherd and Imperial Warlord. And then the one that I ended up changing a little bit was Slaanesh. I went in and I changed those wings, because remember I had these wings on Tzeentch, and he's often portrayed as like a bird. So I went back and gave Slaanesh these sort of mutant butterfly looking wings. I think these are gruesome and perfectly creepy and acceptable for Slaanesh. And so she has the Tome of the Tentacle, Elves, Cheerful, Ceaseless Cacophony, Resilient, Dark Culture, Perfectionist Artisans, very important for Slaanesh, and Scions of Evil. Dominator, bolster their own ranks by dominating others, very, very Slaaneshian. And then a Revolutionary Diplomat, so values freedom and alliances. So more freedom than alliances, but Slaanesh is very freedom-based, like do what you want. And then, yeah, so I ended up fixing up these ones a little bit, just changing their legion. So this one I named, the Legion of Excess, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really happy with all of these. And then I had such a fun time making them. And then in the next episode, in episode 1, I'm going to build, I'll give you a little bit of a hint here, because obviously I've already done this, but if I go to New Game, Custom, let's see where it is. It's here, a hive world. So I won't, I mean, if you want to pause on that and look at it, you can, but I'll talk about it when I set it up. But essentially I create, you know, a hive world from Warhammer 40,000 is a planet that's chief export is people. So they typically have a ruined surface world because they've long since strip mined and destroyed everything of value and anything green. And then everyone lives in these gigantic cities that a big part of it is like all these spires going up into the sky. And then there's a huge amount of city that's built into the ground. So what I did for the Hive world is I gave it massive underground and made the surface like a scorched, blasted wasteland. And I made this free cities like really big and powerful because they're Hive cities. So it was a really fun project to make all this stuff. And as I'm recording this now to be put in episode 0, I am having a freaking blast playing the game. How do I not spoil what happens? But I get kind of stuck in a loop for a little bit, but I think I'm making some progress now. So I hope you enjoy it. It's certainly fun to see how a 1v1v1v1 with Chaos Gods versus big city-states is like impacts the game when the surface world is so inhospitable. It's really interesting. So thank you everybody so much for watching this episode 0. I know this was a bit of a long one, but I just wanted to kind of freeform, loosey-goosey, make the factions and sort of just kind of talk about my thoughts. If you have any thoughts on how you would have done these things, let me know in the comments. I don't think I chose anything that's like strictly wrong, but I think that, you know, if you gave this project to 10 people, you'd have 10 completely different versions of this because everyone would probably think of a different creative way to do this. So super cool, and I can't wait to show you guys the actual series itself, which will be coming out after this episode. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check the link below for my Patreon, because my Patreon supporters get entered into every game I play where I can name things. I name them after my Patreon supporters. They get double entries, and my commenters get entries as well to show up in my games. So thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in episode 1.